What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Dream Machine Academy podcast. We're excited to have you here, and we're excited to talk about some stuff. So we're going to jump right into it. What we're covering in this episode is going to be content marketing and how you can use it effectively. So some of the topics we're going to go over is what content marketing is. We're going to explain that so you get a good understanding. What companies and artists are using it. It's all over the place. We don't notice it sometimes, but it's out there, so you can get an effective idea of what it is. The difference between content marketing and traditional marketing and why it is so effective. So we're also going to talk about one more thing, and that's how you can use it as an artist, which is probably the most valuable part of this episode. So we're going to jump right in.
Yeah, guys. All right, so cool. First thing we're going to talk about is what content marketing is. And first thing I want to talk about is how long it's been around. It's been around for a super duper long time. Actually, the first evidence of content marketing was found in 4200 BC. A little history for you. On cavemen paintings, where they could loosely be translated into 6 ways a spear could save you from a wild boar.
Yeah,
so kind of
very
crazy.
Valuable information.
Yeah, they've been around for a super long time. But kind of more real would be in 1895 when John Deere, the company John Deere, released a magazine called The Furrow, and it was a customer magazine that would go through and talk about like farm life and give a bunch of insight into the agricultural community and advances in it and things like that in order to educate the customer. And that's huge magazine. It's got 1.5 million subscribers worldwide, and it's in 40 different countries. So a huge magazine. So I think now we should go to is kind of talk about who has used content marketing.
Well, there's been a lot of companies that have used content marketing, and I mean, nowadays it's huge. If you go on the internet and you search for anything, what's the best render for me? I just used this today. What's the best rendering quality for After Effects?
Right.
And keeping the file low. You put that down and you have people's blog posts come up. You have YouTube videos come up. That's content marketing. So where it can be used today is you as an artist can say, this is me producing a track, if you're a producer, and then how do I get this kick to sound like this? Boom. That's content marketing for yourself, and you can bring that in. So where you're going to see it is like companies such as, this is a little out of the realm of music, but this is also going to give you a good idea that it can work for just about anything. Is exactly. A company that makes car tires, Michelin, they used it for car maintenance and logging info. So you would get this little booklet that they would give you, and you could put that in there. Jell-O had a recipe book, and this is probably one of the best examples of the first real content marketing things that were in a household. So moms and dads that were making Jell-O would get this cookbook, and they could use this content, which was free, and they could make these recipes. And what did you need to make these recipes? You needed Jell-O.
Right.
So Jell-O gave you free information how to make a dessert, but you still lead back to using Jell-O. So that's one cool thing. And then a lot of other ways is just like bloggers putting out tutorials and all of that, and that's where you'll see it. Yeah,
I think one of the really cool ones was Blendtec, the blender company that came out with the that YouTube series Will It Blend, where they would it blew up, where they would put like iPhones in the blender and see if it would blend, and it always did. And it blew up, and it got that YouTube series led to 700% more sales.
Right, and hugely effective.
Yeah,
in making sales.
Right, exactly.
Awesome.
So content marketing versus traditional marketing, 2 different realms. Traditional marketing will be more, putting ads out there, kind of telling people the products that you have and trying to, get them to buy that way. Content marketing, like we said, would be giving people free information and resources in hopes that they'll trust your company and they will become customers more in the long term.
So the next thing is, why is it so effective? Content marketing adds credibility to your company, and it does this by showing that you know what you're doing, you know what you're talking about, and you're showing this with videos, you're showing it with blog posts, you're showing it with articles, and you're giving people information that they could use to do it by themselves, but by showing them you know how to do it so well and well enough to be able to share that information and put it in a way that people can learn from that and understand, then they're always going to come to you as the expert. If there's something that they don't know what to do, they're going to come to you for the answer. And then in turn, if there's something they really don't know how to do, maybe they don't have the resources to do it, they're going to use you because your service is proven to work as you've been teaching it to other people. Yeah. So it attracts customers in that sense, and it also retains them because of your credibility and your knowledge and the information that you're sharing. And it also makes people stop, think, and act. So they're stopping on your videos or your blog posts. they're thinking about it, and then it's coming to them that, oh wow, they're an expert, I would use them for the next service that I need.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you're a producer, like Anthony was kind of saying before, if you put up videos about how to mix a kick drum or how to mix a bass, how to mix this, how to mix that, short little videos, people can do that themselves. But, eventually, if they have a whole project, who are they going to come to? They're going to come to the person that they trust, who's been giving them this credible information. So, kind of lead into how you can use content marketing as an artist. So the first thing you want to do is you want to think about what action you want people to take. So if you want people to buy your album, you're going to put out a different form of content marketing. If you want people to come to your shows, you're going to put out a different form of content marketing. If you want people to purchase your merchandise, it's going to be different. So the first thing you want to do is think about the most important action right now that you want people to take, because it's going to change over time. You're going to be coming out with a new album eventually. That's going to be your focus. Yeah. So think about what it is right now that you want people to do.
Yeah. And then that leads into what kind of content can you put out for these different specific areas that you're talking about. Yeah. So say we're building up to the release of an album, and there's you want to get this in front of as many people as possible. What kind of content can you put out that is going to really grab onto people? And you can sit with your team and you want to brainstorm some ideas, but many great ideas are behind the scenes videos of you making your album and the process you take in creating your tracks, because this is going to show people the process that it takes. It's going to show them that you're an established artist. You're an artist that is moving through the whole process of creating an album, which takes a lot of skill. It takes effort. It takes dedication. And this kind of shows, and it's a little different than giving them a tutorial video, but this content is earning their trust, it's showing still that you're credible, because it's showing them that you are putting in the work that it takes to make this. You're not just sitting there paying a lot of money and throwing something together of other people's work. You're not having just a producer work for you and this and that. You're showing them that you're in the studio every moment that your album has been made, and that your product is a credible product. Therefore, they want to stick with you, kind of support your cause, because they can see that it's happening. So another thing is a guide to local concerts. So if you're putting out, if you're a venue or if you're another artist and you want to support your community and gain fans because you're showing that you're supporting your community, you throw out this guide. You put it together. It takes you a few hours to make. You make it look nice, and then you put it together, and the people grab onto this and they're like, oh, well, where can I go to find the next local thing? Where can I go to support more local artists? Right, and they're going to come right to you.
Yeah, exactly. So if you put out, once a week, once a month, guides to local shows, everybody starts catching on. And then all of a sudden you get a show, you know what I'm saying? You throw your show on there, automatically all these people that have been finding your local concert blog or whatever you call it, whatever it's going to be, they're going to automatically know about your show because you've already curated this audience of people that are looking for local concerts. So the basic idea is when you're doing content marketing, you're building your customer. You're not having to go out and find them. You know what I mean? You're already building them right there. You're building an audience that's interested in what you're putting out.
Yeah. So I want to recap real quick and kind of put into an easier term here, just so after you listen to this podcast, you can get your brain flowing, get some juices out there. So as you plan for your content, look at all the different things that you're doing. So are you creating music? Are you a producer? Are you writing music? Are you an artist? What exactly are you doing? And if a lot of independent artists that we know do much more than just create music, they've got their hands in mostly everything that they're doing. So if you have the skill of marketing and you see something that really works, put it together into a blog post and create a little tutorial or a bits of information that you find very resourceful, give it to people and see how it impacts them. This instill you're a musician at the end of the day. It always leads back to that. So what you want to do is take action steps of sitting down, brainstorming, figuring out who you are in this realm of things. So you want to write down, what do I do? What are the different aspects of my career? And then you can look at that and see like, okay, well, what do I know? Break it down into small pieces, and then that can be broken down into content creation forms that you can make, and then you can start consistently posting these different articles, videos, and blog posts.
Yeah, absolutely. And the key is to be consistent with it, because you don't just want to put out one, local concert blog post. You know what I
Right.
mean? Because it might get a little traction, but those people are gonna want more. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So the key is to be consistent with whatever it is that you do. Another cool thing would be to do like a Facebook Live video series where you're talking about, you know, the creation of your album, or, you know, the process of going on tour. If you're on tour, you can do those and just make it a series, because once those people catch on the first time, they're going to want to watch another episode, and they're going to be sharing it with their friends. And instead of just saying, hey, check out this one episode, they can say, hey, check out this episode plus all these like 4, 5, 6 more that are going to be
Exactly,
coming out every day.
You always want to answer the call that you put out.
Yeah,
You
for
always want to
sure.
have a response for that. You always want to be able to follow up. So in short, content marketing, keep it knowledge, make it knowledgeable, make it educational. Just give away that information that you know and put it in a very consumable form.
Absolutely. So to wrap it up, we got a few resources we'd love for you guys to check out to help you along in your journey. The first one's going to be our Independent Artist Handbook. That's available at our website, dreammachinerec.com, in the products section. And that's going to take you through all the resources you need to start as an independent artist, and also to kind of get a look back on the specifics of what you need in order to solidify your brand. Also, our free brand review, it's available at dreammachinerec.com/mybrand. There you can submit your links to us so we can check out your space online and help you out in what we think could help you better, or what we think is doing good for you. Also, the Dream Machine Academy Facebook group. That's our Facebook group where we curated a bunch of independent artists in one spot where you guys can all communicate and help each other out. There's a bunch of free resources on there as well. So thank you guys for tuning in. If you know anybody who could benefit from hearing this information, please share it with your friends. Email, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, hashtag it, whatever you need to do just to get the word out there. So thank you guys so much for having us.
Thank you.